Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another great episode of Bahrain Now, your source of local initiatives, happenings, talents, and trends. I'm your host, Bara Abdulla, here to walk you through our exciting lineup of segments and personalities from around Bahrain. So don't go away, we'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, autism affects an estimated of 1 in every 44 children in the U.S. today. Our next guest is the General Manager, Ms. Fatima Shabir, for the Child Consultant Specialization in Child Psychology, Behavior Modification and Rehabilitation of Autistic Children. Well, good evening. How are you?
Good, Alhamdulillah. How are you?
I am pretty much excited to know more about this, to be honest. I think it's going to be a very informative talk. Okay. So tell us more about yourself.
Okay. Myself, I am the consultant child psychologist Fatima Shabir from Child Willings Specialized Rehabilitation Center. I specialized in educational psychology for the special need kids.
Okay, wow.
I really enjoy to work with the special need kids because we can do something for the kids.
Of course, definitely. How long have you been doing this for?
More than 7 years.
7 years?
7 years in the same field.
Okay, what got you in this field?
Sorry?
What got you in this field?
Because I saw that I have some passion in the same area.
Okay.
I want to do something more for the kids because they are the buds. If I can do something good for them, it's good only.
All right. Amazing. That's beautiful. So tell us more about Child Willing.
Child Willing. Actually, we started this journey because of a little super girl.
All right.
Okay. Very friendly, we are calling her as our little CEO.
Okay.
She's a CP, like cerebral palsy. For her, the parents searched more over the country for the getting a good rehabilitation.
Right.
But the thing is, they failure in this mission. They want to go abroad for getting more treatment for her.
Right.
Here, they didn't get whatever they need.
Okay.
So that the parents started to thinking, for us, we want to do something more for the special need kids. We want to, in our country itself, the children must get something from them.
Okay.
Like that, our journey started.
Wow.
Alhamdulillah, from the God's blessing, now we are leading in first.
Amazing, amazing. So what kind of activities do you do in the center itself?
Like, sorry.
What kind of activities do you do?
Achievements.
Yes.
Okay. Like every day we are getting more achievements. We are including more kids there. Like all specialized cases are there, from ADHD, ASD like autism, Down syndrome, syndromes. Like syndrome means many syndromes are coming under there. ADHD, cerebral palsy cases are there, and some with disabilities. What are the disabilities? Deaf, dumb, like that, it is there. And some of the kids are non-verbals.
Okay.
We are giving more services. We are providing so many things for the kids to prove themselves.
That is a beautiful place to be at, bring together a positive place for everybody just to join and to create great moments and great relationships through different skills and mindsets, and I guess even through different kind of methodologies. So now, what kind of skill set is needed there in Child Willing? What kind of, I would say, curriculums do you use? What kind of things do you do over there in the center? Let us know more about that.
Yes, of course. Only in Bahrain, we are the only center providing eye tracking and the holograms for getting visual perception.
Wow.
Yes, of course, in our center, we are only providing this type of modern technologies. And moreover, we are giving a good curriculum. We are only focusing in one curriculum. The special needs, because every kids are different. Okay, they need more.
Okay.
Okay, whatever they need, it's there. It is available in our institute. We want to become the best and the biggest rehabilitation center in our country, Bahrain.
Amazing, amazing. So now, it seems there's a lot going on, and as the field
Yes,
and the awareness is getting even bigger and bigger, and the narrative have changed more to the strong will at this point. So what kind of future do you see right now for the center and the field itself when it comes to special needs and child willing?
Like the future goals?
Right.
Yes, of course. We have a good future goal. Our future goal is to become the biggest and the best rehabilitation school in Bahrain, and to help the special need kids to overcome their disabilities. That's our main goal. Every kids, because nowadays 1 of the 100 children is born as an disabled kid. We have to overcome all those things, because many family is suffering for this, because and the divorce, the parenting issues, everything is nowadays becoming more and more.
Right.
They are blaming each others, because of you only the kid is like this. The family issues are increasing every day. As a consultant child psychologist, every day I am hearing that these types of complications.
Which is pretty much what's taking place, you know, as a big spectrum of a lot of things, and there's a lot of obstacles and a lot of stuff. But again, as been mentioned earlier, that the awareness now is even way bigger than before, as we're exposed to a lot of information, how to deal with a lot of cases.
Yep.
And how now before it seemed a little bit stagnated, but now we're living at a time where there's a lot of initiatives here in the country where it seems they're moving forward with the phrase strong-willed people. So as you said, right now, of course, parenting can be very hard. A lot of situations, unfortunately, takes place. It happens. It's just the nature of life. But like you said yourself, being a psychologist, there's a lot that you see that we don't see as well. So it seems there's a lot of obstacles. But at the same time, there's a lot of change in the field. So
Yes,
do you see that there's pretty much taking in a good pace of how things are changing to a more positive narrative?
No, the main thing is some of the parents, we cannot blame everyone.
Right.
Because some are accepting their kids, but most of the parents are not accepting the kids' difficulties. They are just thinking that after some times they will be, inshallah, sometimes they will be. But the main thing is, for the autistic, ADHD is another term, okay?
Right.
Like autism.
Right.
It's a lifelong term. Okay, we can reduce the severity only. We are hardly working for that only. But the parent is not identifying that things early. After 5 years, nowadays we are calling ASD. There are three severity is there for the autism. What we can do, the autism, we can reduce the severity of the kids. We can, as soon as possible, we have to identify the kids' difficulties, the behavioral change. The parents should identify. Before 2 years, the well-trained parent can identify the child's difficulties. And at that moment itself, they have to work for the kid. Then only it will be get more and more good results. Otherwise, what will happen is, if the child is growing, the severity also growing with the kid. We cannot do anything after he's becoming a big boy or big girl. Mainly autism is, we are showing that for the boys only, the
the autism for the males.
Mainly for the boys only.
Right.
That doesn't mean girls doesn't have.
Of course.
But comparatively, that is rare only.
Really? So there's a high percentage of male on a ratio to female. There's more ADHD people and autism taking place with the male gender more than the female.
Yeah, of course.
Interesting.
Of course.
Interesting. Wow.
And ADHD is separate. That means ADHD is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. It is something different only, not like the ASD kid. Okay. Some are thinking that this hyperactivity is all the same, because the child is running all throughout the house. They are every time they are running, moving and throwing. So many behavioral activities are they are doing. And in some cases, this is mixed up, like ADHD plus ASD. That is something severe only. We have to reduce their hyperactivity first. Then only we can give something more for the autism.
Amazing. Well, there is a lot right now going on, as I think it seems like with autism and ADHD right now, there's a lot of awareness taking place. I would say, whether it's in social media, in different shows, and even in different conferences taking place right now. As you mentioned yourself, like, you know, detecting it earlier will be the best.
Yes, of
but
course.
it seems like right now, as the Child Willing Center is out there pretty much to diagnose these I would say, abilities at some point, and pretty much give them a better environment for them to discover themselves and to understand how it works. And with a lot of activities that you're going through and curriculums and skills, let me know more about what do you do in the center. Let's say you have now a case, right? Now I have a person with ADHD, right? Minor, severe, it depends on the case itself. So do you have games? Do you have your own special curriculum? Do you go in? Do you have a conversation? Do you form a relationship? We're more interested in that right now.
I will tell deeply about what is child willing aim.
Right.
Okay. We are providing very well technical and technologies to improve the kids' severity. Okay. Because every kids are different. We cannot give one thing for everyone. According to their severity only, we are providing all those things. We are providing more services from special education, occupational therapy, physiotherapy, and ABA services we are providing, speech language communication, and psychological counseling, and moreover daycare system.
Wow, it's like a full-on package.
This is our, yeah, of course. This is our services. Okay, we are provide for the physiotherapy.
Physiotherapy?
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
For the CP cases, only our center is providing 1 to 6 hours physiotherapy. In Bahrain, we are only doing 6 hours of physiotherapy for the CP cases.
Amazing, amazing.
Okay. So we have that much results also.
All right.
Some of the kids now they are able to walk. We are using spider cages and neurodevelopmental techniques and CME like this. All the modern spider web is there.
Wow.
All the modern technologies from the abroad only, from Hungary, more from the Hungary.
Amazing. So there's a lot going on there.
All this technology is beneficial for the kids only. And nowadays we have a very good results. Most of our kids are now eligible for the normal schools. Next month, I think more than 3 or 4 kids are now eligible.
Wow.
This is all our achievements only. And moreover, in our center, okay, we are multicultural. Like from all over the world, the staffs are there. All are well-trained therapists.
Of course, definitely. And it seems like you do have a lot of emotional moments over there as well. We see kids walking and improving, and just communicating is beautiful moments, you know. And it seems like it's just a place like this that brings positivity and brings a beautiful environment to a lot of people and everybody here that wants to join and see this new leap in the narrative of how things to give place for the strong-willed people. Well, Fatima, thank you so much for being with us right here on Bahrain Now. It's been definitely a pleasure.
Okay, thank you so much.
Most definitely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, with Child Willing, a lot of things are taking place right there with positivity and all that for the strong-willed people. All that took place with Fatima right here on Bahrain Now. Ladies and gentlemen, no one is born a great cook, but one learns by doing. Indeed, as we welcome tonight the beautiful chef Susie. How are you? Oh, buongiorno.
Buongiorno, buongiorno a te. I'm very good, thank you very much. What about yourself today?
I am feeling the thrill. I feel excited, and I think we're going to have a fun time right now.
Awesome.
Amazing. So tell us more about yourself, if you don't mind.
So let's see, I'm Italian. Born and raised in the city of Milano, but from a family that comes from the countryside, basically from the Bergamo region, which is part of the Lombardia region, whatever. And I spent 50% of my life as a young woman between Milano or the Lombardia region and Tuscany when I married my first husband, because I tried with 2. So. Anyway, so I moved to Tuscany. So been my entire life in the restaurant industry. I would say been my entire life in the kitchen. I was literally born in my grandmother's kitchen. My mother didn't realize that she was going into labor. So they just literally had the time to bring her upstairs because the family lived upstairs. So bring her literally upstairs, and here I was even before the what you call it, the you know, the lady that helps the baby to be born, whatever, midwife.
Midwife.
The midwife.
Yeah, midwife. It took me a second.
To arrive. So me too. I always have to think about their name. So yeah. So I really believe that what I do is literally my destiny, because I mean, what else would you do when you are born in a kitchen?
Right.
Or above a kitchen, basically, right?
Wow.
So yeah, so I consider myself very lucky, actually, because I knew from the day I was born what I will do. So
you
anyway.
literally meant it.
Yes.
When you said you were born ready.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I meant.
Nobody can say that, not that at least, let alone people that I know, but oh my God, you have quite a story.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
It's going to be a movie, you know that, right?
Beautiful one, yeah, one day.
Seeing it, I interviewed her, I know her story.
Yeah, right.
So,
anyway,
pretty much starting.
So, yeah, worked in a family restaurant for, actually, I was going to school. I was a young kid, but since very, very, very young, I literally knew what I wanted to do. I loved the noise, the smell, the colors, I mean, literally the whole 9 yards. It was really awesome, and it was entirely female. Okay. Because it was my grandmother, my mother, a couple of aunties, and the uncles and my father were doing everything but working in a restaurant, working in a kitchen. They were doing other jobs, etc. So for me, it has always been a very female run type of environment until I married to my first husband, when my kitchen was a proper kitchen brigade, and it was all male instead, and it was like a shock. What do you mean, really? That man in a kitchen? Yeah, seriously.
It's like, no, hey, you don't belong here.
But anyway, it was quite funny. I had to, how to say, I had to make it happen, because I wasn't considered very much at the very beginning. You know, but it was quite unusual, especially these times, really, to be a woman in a kitchen. I just became a cook or a chef, whichever way you want to call it. So work with him, then open a restaurant with my brother down in Tuscany, actually, and then from there moved to United States, worked there for 11 years, and then 11 years after the States, pretty tired, really wanted to come back this side of the world, and somebody offered me a position in Abu Dhabi.
All right.
So came to Abu Dhabi, loved it. And then from Abu Dhabi, actually, I was offered a position in Bahrain. Yeah. Came in Bahrain, and I decided this was my place.
There you go. So, Bahrain is lucky to have you.
Well, I'm lucky to have Bahrain, and I'm lucky to be welcome as much as I am here in this little island that I really adore. So pretty very quickly sum my story. Really.
And that was an amazing story.
Thank
it's
you.
Like, I'm sure it's like somebody listening to this right now. It's like, this is going to be a movie.
You're right.
We'll put it on Netflix. Let's go. Starting from the kitchen all the way. Born Ready.
Absolutely.
Your movie is going to be called Born Ready.
Oh, that is a very good title. Sure, it has never been used before. Too good to be true.
Too good to be true, but it's yours. How about that? It's on TV.
So
that's
everybody out there, just notice that.
Yeah, that's it.
Mine.
Click. I see a lot of things going on over here, and they all look good. You know, so now talk about your culinary art. What do you do?
Well, so I'm an Italian chef. No matter what I do, I really do believe that I put all my Italian heart or my Italian upbringing, let's say, in everything that I do. I grew up in a very homey restaurant. It was a blue-collar restaurant in an outskirt of Milano, in my city, where literally my grandmother had what we call orto, which is the vegetable garden, literally next door. So there was the restaurant, the house on the top, and the garden, orto. Okay. Hence the name of my latest restaurant, the one that I opened in Block 338, means vegetable garden. I was really used to see literally vegetable being harvested and cooked at the same time, and eat what was in season. It's always been something that I wanted to replicate. And believe it or not, Bahrain gave me that opportunity. In spite of Italy, Spain, United States for many years, and everything else, I had to come here to find that type of environment that actually allowed me and gave me the opportunity to do it. So The vegetable that you see here are
Yes.
all proudly grown in Bahrain. They are all organic, 100%, not only organic, not till and regenerative. So we
Wow.
don't till the soil,
Okay.
because that's how desertification actually starts.
Interesting.
Because when you expose soil to heat and wind like we have
Right.
here, unfortunately what it turns into dust, literally, right? So we actually cover and build soil using all organic matter that we collect from everywhere, beside the animals that we grow, that we breed also.
Really?
Yeah. We have
Whoa.
chickens, we have ducks, we have geese, goats, sheep, horses. Did I forget? Dogs. But we don't eat dogs.
This is something else.
And one cat.
And one cat.
And one cat.
Wait,
Yeah.
the one cat.
Exactly. But yeah, so very proud. I mean, it was something that as I said, I always wanted to do. I always wanted to go back to my roots, or go back. Who doesn't want to go back to their roots?
Right.
To a certain extent, right?
Yeah.
So it's always been the dream kitchen for me, being able to harvest and cook.
Wow.
And as I said, I set to do things that are not normally grown in Bahrain, or they just starting now. In that basket, there is a lot of example of beautiful, like the endive, that curly little salad.
I
that
see
is
the kale, I see the
extremely
lettuce.
expensive if you bring it in, but beautiful rocket. Tomatoes of all sorts, and we grow even actually more humble things such as lettuce, or coriander or parsley. We try to grow. We have potatoes, beautiful eggplant. So we grow a lot of vegetable, and they all go either into the plates at the restaurant.
Amazing.
Or we have a lot of customer and members, because we have created something that is very common in the Western world, such as the United States and coming to UK as well now, which is the CSA. Which CSA means Community Supported Agriculture. So basically, you ask your neighbor, so to say, to support you in, buying your vegetable, and pretty much like doing a subscription. Okay, kind of paying an annual fee that help you to support the expenses that you have. And in exchange of that, they receive weekly a basket of all the vegetable, as you see in front of you, they grow, that nature give us, basically.
Beautiful. This is beautiful.
Yeah, we don't use any. We use only animal manure or compost that is being created.
Right.
We recycle everything. So food that comes back from the restaurant, organic matter obviously, goes back into the compost bin. So we don't throw it away. It doesn't go into the, it goes straight to the restaurant, to the farm.
Right.
The farm, we throw it in a compost, and the cycle continues.
You created a sustainable system, an eco-friendly, sustainable system.
Absolutely. In Bahrain, with the weather that we have, with the water that we have, and the soil that we have. And that was it. That was all I set to do. I wanted to prove that can be done. And it can be done sustainably. I'm not the only one. I think there are others that are, trying, or they're doing, or whatever.
Right.
Probably the only one that does such a closed circle. But because when we set to do it, we never set to do it with profit in mind, if you know what I mean. We are far from being profitable. But we count on, because everything needs to make sense at the end, right? I mean, they need to pay for itself,
of course,
and so forth, so
of
on.
course.
But, it will take the time that it will take. It's not our main and first concern. Really, the idea was really to prove that it can be done, and we can grow magnificent things, and how beautiful they taste. Because once you taste it, you don't go back.
There you go, there you go. I mean, so you created this amazing system that supports the community, and still, there is pretty much, of course, a monetary system to it and all that. Like you said, we have to sustain. It's at the end of the day, if it's a community, but it's still a business at the same time.
Absolutely.
I would love to talk about this forever, but if you're gonna leave us right now with few words for your viewers, an advice or last few words, what's that gonna be?
Know where your food comes from.
Yes, ma'am.
Literally know where your food comes from.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate you. Definitely, it's been a great pleasure. Thank you so much for being with us right here on Bahrain Now. It's been a great, beautiful pleasure.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. Know where your food comes from. All that took place in an interview with Chef Susie right here on Bahrain Now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've made it to the finish line. A huge thanks to all of our guests for joining us tonight, and another huge thanks to all of you watching us at home. As always, be sure to reach out to us on our social media accounts shown below. We love hearing from you. This was Bara Abdullah. Till next time, Bahrain, goodbye and God bless.